All right, remember what we learned about the periodic table and how about moles in general, how 1 mole of anything, lithium in this case, is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd lithium atoms. That means that 6.20, this number, Avogadro's number, weighs 6.941 grams. All right, so with that in mind, what if we had 13.88 grams of lithium? How many particles would we have? Now, this kind of equation is going to take a couple different steps, so we're going to do this in this little red box right under here as I scroll down here. So remember, the first thing that we start with is the number that we're given in the problem. So the number we're given is 13.88 grams. That's the number we're going to start with. So we'll go ahead and write that down, 13.88 grams of lithium. So we're labeling the units. Now remember, like before, we're going to add a little 1 underneath. Just so we remember, 13.88 is on top, times 1 mole of lithium over 6.941 grams is equal to 1 mole of lithium. So because we want these to be opposite of each other, this is how we're setting up the problem. So we've got grams and grams down here. These are opposite reciprocals. That's a good hint on how to set up this problem. So here we go. We've got these two. So take a moment. What you're going to do is divide them out. That's what this means, that one is on top, one is on the bottom. You're going to end up getting 2 moles of lithium. All right, so let me change colors here so we can do the next part of the problem. We're also going to cross out grams. This is how we remember that mole here is the unit that we'll use. Wherever you have the opposites or wherever you have a duplicate in an equation, you're going to cross those out, and that'll help you out a lot in figuring out the unit. So we've got 2 moles of lithium. How many particles is that? Now this one is the easier part of the equation. Put a little 1 under there. Now we're going to set this up by putting the moles on the opposite side, on the opposite reciprocal, I mean. So 1 mole of lithium is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles, or atoms. So now here I'm going to cross out moles, and since they're both on top, so 2 is on top, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd is on top, I'm just going to go straight across and multiply this time. And take a moment, figure out what number you would get if you were to multiply those out together. Take a second to do that. You should have gotten 1.20604, times 10 to the 24th power. Let me squeeze in my little 4 right there. I know it's kind of cut off right there, but you know that that's a 24. And that's our answer. Now, what unit would we put? Our unit is going to be atoms, because we were solving for the number of atoms. See how it would have been really helpful for me to have labeled the unit right there? That would have really helped me remember that atoms is what I'm going to put. All right, so let's scroll down and try a different kind of problem. What if we needed 1.806 times 10 to the 24th atoms of lithium? How many grams would we need to measure out? Because obviously we can't count the individual atoms. So we're going to start with the number that we're given, 1.806 times 10 to the 24th. Let's label our unit now, atoms. Now, just like every single time, we're going to add a little 1 underneath. Times, now how would we set up this equation? That's correct. We're going to put the atoms on the bottom. So 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms is equal to 1 mole. So we're going to solve for the mole first, how many moles we have in this problem. So just like before, we're going to cross out the atoms. So we know that mole is our unit. Let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is divide them out. Since these are opposite reciprocals, this is on top, this is on bottom, these are divided. And that is equal to, you should get 3 moles. All right, so let's go ahead and write that underneath so we can continue the rest of the problem. Now we need to figure out how many grams 3 moles of lithium is. Now what I should be doing right now is labeling lithium, because I couldn't be talking about 3 moles of anything, carbon, oxygen, ducks, anything. So it's important to put lithium right here. So here I am setting up this problem. Moles and moles are on the opposite sides. There we go. Now I've labeled lithium. And now since they're on opposite sides, I'm going to cross out the moles. Let me switch colors real quick. Crossing out moles. And since they're both on top, we're going to multiply them across. Grams is going to be our ending unit. So we're going to times that. And that is equal to, you can take a moment with your calculator and try it. Otherwise, just look here. We've got 20.823 grams of lithium. That's how many grams we'll have to measure out to get 1.806 times 10 to the 24th atoms. So now you can see how grams and moles are related. So thanks for watching the Vodcast.